the fuck is up, gamers? It's your boy The Goods, and we're here for episode number 59 of the Great Ace Attorney Resolve. My head still hurts, but less so. So we are going to reveal the single piece of evidence that can clarify what really happened 10 years ago.
The last will and the testament of Lord Clint Van Zeeks.
Ha! A wonderfully astute observation, I'm sure. But in case it had escaped your notice, that document was lost long ago.
That's right, it was. Only... I have it right here. Discovered it just now, bitch.
Impossible! That can't be!
Everything that's happened comes back to this will. This document is the key that will unlock the entire mystery. That's why my fucking head hurts, by the way.
My brother's last will and testament. Where did you find that?
It was rolled up inside this. Inside Karuma! That ultimate weapon Genshin Asogi obtained has lain undisturbed in the hilt of this sword all these years, just waiting for the right time to emerge and reveal the truth.
The signature and seal certainly look official.
My God, it's true. It's my brother's handwriting. There can be no mistake.
I forbid the contents of that document from being read out! Do you hear me? I strictly forbid it!
You can't do that, my lord. This document could explain everything.
That document could literally destroy the meaning of justice in this country! I demand that you hand it to me! At once!
Why? What are you trying to hide? Could it be that you already know what's written on this page?
Ah! What are you implying? Court is adjourned with immediate effect! Clear the courtroom!
Do that, my lord. And you'll suffer a fatal blow as Lord Chief Justice.
I beg your pardon?
Forcibly ending a trial without good reason? And not any trial, a closed trial by order of Her Majesty the Queen. To defy the monarch's will is treason! Yo, shit's getting fucking real, dude.
Lord Clint Van Zeeks really did pen a will that day. It's exactly as the young Japanese man said. Read it out! No! We have a right to hear what's in that will! A right and a duty! Well, my lord. It would rather appear as though proceedings aren't going to go quite as you'd hoped. You fools!
Go ahead, Ryunosuke, read it! The prosecution gives its full support! Very well then.
No! For God's sake! No! I pen this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. The hour is 11 p.m., and I sit at my writing desk in my office. My good friend Asogi stands at my shoulder. He has expressed his intent to invoke the dying ritual of the duel, that I may depart this world with honor. An honor of which I am utterly undeserving. The Japanese are a truly merciful people. I, Clint Van Zeeks, Lord of the Manor of the Van Zeeks Estate, hereby confess to the following. I am the killer who has come to be known in society as the Professor, guilty of 4 counts of murder. I will not here discourse the corruption rife among the aristocracy, which is, to me, as one of them, so apparent. However, 6 months ago, I took the life of a member of the House of Lords at the heart of the depravity. A demon who habitually sacrificed the common man to further his own interest, abusing his position of power. The law is impotent against such vile avarice. Only a fellow demon can rid society of this menace. That demon was my quarry, upon whom I willingly set my great hound. But though I am a hunter of some experience, I am a poor felon, it seems. My guilt was at once recognized by another, and I became subject to his extortion. He held over me the threat of exposing my wicked crime to my beloved wife and brother. Under that threat, I have done this man's bidding for months now, killing those he demanded I kill. As I watched my former mentor perish before my eyes at the jaws of the hound I commanded, I realized that I had lost the last shred of decency within me, and sunk to the level of a wild beast. There is no path back to the light. Be it I or my dear friend Asogi who dies this night, I am eternally damned. To my extortioner, Male Strongheart, may you feel the jaws of the beast at your throat every time you swallow!
So now we know. Yes, Clint Van Zieks was a murderer. But somebody was directing him and naming his victims. His extortioner, Lord Male Strongheart! It was you!
Oh, shit. Lord Strongheart, a moment ago, you claimed that what the court has just heard could destroy justice in this country. But you weren't trying to protect justice at all. All you were trying to do was conceal the secret of your true nature and the countless lives you've sacrificed up till now.
It just didn't make sense to me that the third victim, the former Lord Chief Justice, was my brother's benefactor and a man of lofty principles. As I said, Clint had no possible reason to kill the man.
But you did, didn't you, Lord Strongheart? But you did. To eliminate the man who stood between you and the office you'd set your sights on. So you used your own hunting dog, Lord Clint Van Zieks, to take him down.
It had to be done.
London's unsavory shadows are deep, and the arm of the law fails to reach their depths. Crime must be cut off at the roots, but the Lord Chief Justice at the time couldn't see that. He was weak! Lofty principles, you say? Tantamount to cowardice, if you ask me. Which is why I took his place, in order to fight the crime he was allowing to spread like wildfire.
By murdering the man.
The Reaper, the Professor. The name makes no difference. As I've explained countless times already, it was all done for the furtherance of law and order in London.
Are you going to legitimize the murder of my father now, too?
Ah, Genshin Asogi. Well, that was unfortunate. I had fully intended to send him back to Japan as we'd agreed.
I don't believe you! It was you, wasn't it? You killed him!
No, it wasn't me who took your father's life.
Then who?
On the night following his mock execution, I went to Logate Cemetery at 3 in the morning with Jigoku.
Judge Jigoku?
There had to be a collaborator on the Japanese side to manage Asogi's treatment after his repatriation. Jigoku had fierce ambition. It made him easy to manipulate. 10 years ago, after he'd stood trial for the destruction of the witness stand, I had words with him. When I told him the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs could be his, he couldn't agree fast enough. Seishiro, you fool. As you know, Asogi escaped the prison in a closed casket and was subsequently interred. We intended to dig him out of his grave before he ran out of air. But sadly, all did not go to plan. There was an unexpected visitor to the cemetery with his own ideas about digging up graves. A man who witnessed what nobody was supposed to see.
Enoch Drebber.
Of course, I knew grave robbers frequented London cemeteries. But that grave on that particular night... Blast! If people find out the convict wasn't really executed, the scandal will rock the very foundations of the Empire! Then what do we do? Shoot him, Mr. Jigoku! Shoot Asogi at once! He can't live now that this has happened! He has to go!
What are you talking about? You had an agreement! You promised him he could return to Japan!
Everything has changed now! If the truth got out because of this, both of us would be finished! Forever! Come on, Jigoku! Do it! Pull the trigger! Shoot! Jigoku shot Asogi from the shadows. The grave robber was so close, the blood sprayed over his coat. He fled as fast as his legs would carry him. Then Jigoku and I put Asogi's body back in the grave from which he just emerged. When I later learned of the waxwork modeler's presence at the scene as well, I made her swear to 2 things. Never to remove the professor's mask, and never to speak of the events of that night. And with that, the secret was buried along with Asogi's corpse. So, now that you know what really happened in Logate Cemetery that night.
Oh, I guess he probably just said now you know, not now that you know. Okay. My bad.
It was Jigoku, your Japanese acquaintance, who killed Asogi in the end, you see. He claimed to be the man's friend, but when push came to shove, he pulled the trigger.
Just before Mr. Jigoku left the courtroom earlier, he said that the assassin exchange proposal was a demand from his British counterpart, not a request. So you coerced him too, using what happened in the graveyard.
By that time, Jigoku was the Minister of Foreign Affairs negotiating international treaties with Britain. You can imagine what would have happened if it came to light he'd murdered a compatriot 10 years earlier. He would have lost everything. I merely did something about that. Hold on, I can check. I merely reminded him of that.
How do you sleep at night?
These past 10 years, I've fought tirelessly with the darker recesses of London's criminal underworld. And I've used whatever means necessary to ensure that justice prevails and law and order reign supreme.
That couldn't be further from the truth. The fact is, you haven't fought crime at all.
How dare you! I saved Clint Van Zeeks from dishonor in his death!
Whilst behind the scenes, you systematically buried anyone who stood in your way. And then, you made my father take the blame.
It was unavoidable! It was the only way to protect our justice system and public order!
Let's not forget the others you had killed as well. Setting the defendant up as the Reaper to cover up the truth behind the murders of countless more.
That's enough! Do you have any idea of the conniving that led to the acquittals of those wretched criminals? We have to fight fire with fire! Our courts can't function without a Reaper! Can't you see all I've done for this country? This has been my struggle!
You've done nothing! It's Lord Van Zeeks here who worked tirelessly and justly in court, whilst enduring the disgrace of the Reaper name! And Inspector Gregson, fraught with anguish having sullied his hands through a desire to do the right thing! Not to mention Genshin Asogi, who risked his life in pursuit of the truth you tried to hide! No, the darker recesses of London's underworld were largely filled by you!
You little... When will you get it through your thick skulls?
That it was all for Queen and country? I'm tired of that excuse. You've consistently twisted the truth for bargaining power, to make others do your bidding, nothing more! People who willingly twist the truth and coerce others have no right to call themselves part of the judiciary. I strongly suggest you don't ever talk of justice again! Shit.
Well. Dear me, good fellows, dear me. A well-deserved round of applause, I think, for a quite marvelous performance.
What are you talking about?
Those delightfully grave expressions that beautifully pronounce Queen's English. Really, our friends from the Far East are quite the picture of industriousness.
You fraud! Keep your mockery!
Please, don't misunderstand! It really is exactly as you've both said!
What are you trying to say?
I have occupied the darker recesses of London's underworld and... how did you put it? Done nothing? I confess it's a little embarrassing to have pointed out quite so starkly, but yes, I really have done nothing, which means... I can be indicted for nothing. No.
What?
It's true! Personally, I've committed no crime. I've merely been surrounded by fools who've acted very rashly indeed.
You can't get away with that! You consistently preyed on people's weaknesses!
And what? Threaten them? Are you sure it wasn't just bargaining? I would like to address all the good lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the judiciary here present. You all know of these darker recesses in our great capital, and deep down, I believe you also know that to fight those who dwell there requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. So let me appeal to your good sense now. Consider the situation with me. If this catalogue of horrifying revelations were to become common knowledge among the 6 million inhabitants of London, what might happen? To learn that the infamous murderer of royals and nobles was a respected member of the aristocracy himself. That evidence was fabricated in the scapegoat's trial amid secret negotiations with prosecutors to effect a jailbreak. That the Reaper of the Bailey was an organized group of assassins managed by a Scotland Yard inspector. And finally, that it was all masterminded by the Lord Chief Justice himself.
The general public of Britain knew the truth. All faith in the police and the prosecutor's office would be completely lost, without doubt.
Public order in the capital would completely break down. We'd be cast back to the lawless days of the last century.
Precisely! As it was 100 years ago, when 1 in 10 of the population were criminals. Think what we've accomplished since then. A public policing force, a comprehensive set of laws. And if we want to continue to protect this new era of law and order, I say again, we must at times occupy the darkness ourselves.
There's no way this is gonna fucking work.
We have successfully identified and apprehended the man responsible for taking Inspector Gregson's life. That is all that was expected of this trial. All these other matters have been discussed, and will be eliminated from the minutes of these proceedings in the interest of preserving law and order. And to protect Her Majesty the Queen, of course. Well, my lords and ladies and gentlemen, what say you?
Here's a point. These things all Strongheart say make some sense or something, but on the other hand... Isn't it our duty to maintain law and order in the capital? You can't deny that the wretched Reaper is rather helpful, and by means very foul was all that's a little Strongheart. Strongheart! 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 Strongheart!
We're so fucked. Are you hearing this? This is the will of the British judiciary?
For your rousing response, friends, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Therefore, in accordance with the overwhelming wishes of the court, the record shall be erased.
You have to respect the man's ability to turn a situation to his favor. Lord Strongheart really is a master of manipulation.
You've conclusively proven his guilt, yet still he manages to evade justice. I just don't know what we can do.
Ryunosuke! It looks like the trial really is going to come to an end now. I'm almost out of options, I think. There's only one path left open to me. What do? Use evidence. Yes, as I know only too well, the only thing that carries any weight in the court is hard evidence!
But Mr. Naruhodo! What evidence is there to use at this stage in the trial?
I have an idea. I don't know whether anything will come of it, but... if there was ever a time for using this particular item we have among the evidence, it's now! Iris. I call upon you!
Oh my! Yes, Mr. Sholmes asked if you had that with you earlier.
We've exposed all of Lord Strongheart's wrongdoings now. I've no doubt that Mr. Sholmes had already deduced exactly how the truth would unfurl. So I think it must be time for the great detective to take center stage, don't you?
Yes, absolutely. Let's take the hair by the ears then, and heave!
Alright, here goes! Heave!
Ow, 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 ow! My dear fellows, must I remind you every time? A gentle tug will suffice.
Mr. Sholmes!
You're looking in quite the wrong direction, Mr. Naruhodo, because I'm over here! Ah! But Mr. Naruhodo, he's... It's Mr. Sholmes!
I wasn't expecting you back, Sholmes!
Delighted to be here again, Lord Strongheart.
What? What is the meaning of this? Bailiff! Seize him! Put that man in irons! This is a close court! You've been warned once already, man! What? We can't get out of him, my lord! We just can't run through him!
Yo!
I'm afraid your efforts are wasted. You see, the great detective you see before you is composed entirely of light and shadow. An image, if you will. Mr. Naruhodo, I must congratulate you on your fine deductions.
Mr. Sholmes, what on earth is...
Are you familiar, I wonder, with the invention known as the telephone?
Well, yes. I hear that some public telephones have been installed recently in Tokyo.
The sound of the speaker's voice is converted to an electrical signal and transmitted instantly to another place. Quite. Sounds are transmitted. So, could not images keep them company, I mused? Iris and I did some modest experimentation to develop such a device specifically for this day. Modest experimentation, Mr. Sholmes? What a modest description! And somewhat incidentally, I thought we might just as well transmit an entire scene.
Somewhat incidentally, Mr. Sholmes, now you're just being immodest. Do you mean to say you're not actually here, Sholmes?
Ah, I knew my trusty partner would have no trouble grasping the concept.
Except he's grasping the stand to steady himself after your shock arrival.
Poor father. I would have hoped he might have been forewarned, being the great detective's great partner.
Leave my courtroom at once! Get out, or I swear to you!
Dear me! You, on the other hand, Lord Strongheart, appear to have a very poor grasp of the situation. Allow me to reiterate. I am not here, which would, I hope, lead naturally to one asking...
Where exactly are you?
The very question I was awaiting. I am at present enjoying the air of a rather splendid garden.
A garden?
Not just any garden, you understand. A garden at Buckingham Palace.
What? You can't be! Buckingham Palace!
What's Buckingham Palace, Miss Susato? I've never heard of it.
Do you ever read the news, Mr. Naruhodo?
Mr. Sholmes, is Iris with you there?
Ah, well now, Iris is currently enjoying some tea. With Her Majesty.
Her Majesty?
Not just any Her Majesty, you understand? Her Majesty the Queen of the British Empire.
What?
What on earth is this all about?
Buckingham Palace is Her Majesty the Queen's residence in London, Mr. Naruhodo.
Order in the court! I demand immediate silence! Her Majesty the Queen! You can't be! I mean, no! This is some sort of unforgivably distasteful trickery by a third-rate detective! That's all!
Unforgivably distasteful trickery. What an apt description. A closed court session attended by elite members of the judiciary is a rare event. I presume that Her Majesty will be more than a little curious about the proceedings. So I decided to show her everything, from start to finish.
Huh? You showed her?
Indeed, by dint of the Hemlock Sholmes remote cinematograph.
You meddling!
This is some kind of nightmare. Just as I appear to be standing before you, regaling you with the talk of my latest invention, no doubt you've inferred that the reverse is also true.
You You don't mean...
Her Majesty is seen and heard every moment of the proceedings. I assume there would be no objection. After all, every trial in this country is conducted under the auspices of Her Majesty, as you know.
You...
I confess, I am quite impatient to hear Her Majesty's opinion about the unforgivably distasteful trickery in which you've been engaged over the past 10 years.
No! Oh, I was merely...
Oh, so sorry to keep you all waiting. Vicky and I had so much to talk about. Iris, there you are! In fact, I have a little message from Her Majesty.
A message!
Well then, if everyone is sitting comfortably, forthwith and with immediate effect, all authority previously afforded to Male Strongheart is hereby revoked for evermore.
No!
Furthermore, he will be prosecuted for crimes against his country in a public trial by jury in the coming days.
So, seems that Her Majesty doesn't believe we need to fight fire with fire. Justice in this country needn't be administered from the shadows at all. Male Strongheart, the darkness you fostered to conceal your despicable actions these last 10 years is a thing of the past now. After today, your brand of law and order has no future, because no longer are you the Lord Chief Justice. In the eyes of the law and of Her Majesty the Queen, you are nothing but a criminal!
Adjourned! 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 Court is adjourned!
Damn! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ah! Holy shit.
Lord Clint Van Zeeks left a will in which he confessed to everything. When those words came out of Asoki's mouth, it deranged me completely. I knew I must do anything and everything in my power to contain the situation. But I couldn't find the damn document. I searched his cell, but it wasn't there.
Which precipitated the jailbreak plot, I presume?
What do you mean?
The need to obtain that will was all-consuming. I was sure that if I facilitated Asoki's escape, he would emerge with the will somewhere on his person. But despite searching his limp body in the cemetery that night, it still eluded me. It never even crossed my mind that it was concealed in the sword's hilt.
What pains me now is that my brother left this world without a word to me.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks.
In point of fact, I think perhaps that isn't the case.
Sorry?
How can that be? There is more to his last will and testament.
What?
As I confronted the prospect of my demise, I feel bitter regret for my younger brother. Barak, you have always looked up to me, and now you follow in my footsteps to become a prosecutor. It is my fervent wish that my unspeakable deed should not hinder your advancement. I ask not for understanding, for none could understand my depravity. I ask only for forgiveness.
Asogi is a fine detective and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint Van Zeeks. Clint.
Male Strongheart, you colluded with Seishiro Jigoku in a criminal plot so immense it spanned the oceans. And you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why did you set about that now, a whole decade later?
To ascend to the very peak. These last 10 years made me realize, being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough. Short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General, I could have no real power to effect the changes needed in this country, which I called that forever ago. And for that promotion, I needed to ensure no remnants of the past remained.
How could you?
I like everything to run smoothly, in the exact manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine. And I was just a step away.
And for your ambition to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed? Ah, Mr. Reaper, you're not forgetting something. Such as? You very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial. However, the presiding judge would appear to have fallen from the bench, as it were. May I suggest, therefore, that we entrust the final adjudication to an old friend. Oh, my lord!
As a member of the judiciary, I have been following the proceedings from the gallery. And I must say, I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I witness here today. The darkness that has blighted justice in our land these past 10 years has at last been dispelled. Thanks, in no small part, to the efforts of a bright young star from the east. Defense Counsel Naruhodo.
Yes, my lord.
On behalf of everyone here present in the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks.
You're too kind, my lord.
The first time I faced you in court, just under a year ago now, I had the faintest of intimations that if British justice, so warped and twisted over its long history, was finally to know change, this might just be the man to do it.
Whoa.
But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to apologize for countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent. Oh, Lord Van Zeeks!
When I first arrived in Great Britain, I was literally a nobody. Certainly not a lawyer. The truth is, my fortunes have been entirely made by the miraculous people I've met. My best friend, Kazuma Asogi, who led me here to Britain in the first place. My loyal and ever-patient judicial assistant, Miss Suzato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Van Zeeks, who never failed to challenge his Nipponese rival. And not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning, who showed me the true art of deduction, Mr. Sholmes.
Saving the best for last, Mr. Naruhodo! What a relief!
I'm well aware that without all these people's help and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. The truth is a guiding light that always leads to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now, but actually, it's not true. The truth can also cause great pain, sometimes even leave people on the brink of despair. And for that reason, there are those who feel the need to hide the truth. who do it instinctively even. But as soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. And from there it grows, until eventually it makes us blind to the guiding light of truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief that we must all resolve never to avert our eyes from what is just and true. So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead.
Well, I must excuse myself now. But before I go, Mr. Norohodo, let me compliment you on your grand opus.
What?
Without your beautifully composed case against Lord Strongheart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Thanks to you and your fellows, the haunting undertones corrupting British justice system have been silenced.
Thank you very much.
So, until our paths cross again somewhere.
Well then, it would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end.
My apologies for any anxiety caused, my lord.
I'm quite sure we shall meet again here in the courtroom before long, Prosecutor Barak von Zeeks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendant, Barak von Zeeks, not Man!
That was exhilarating.
That is all. Court is adjourned.
And with that, I think we can end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. In the next episode, we will hopefully finish up everything. But for now, I'm going to get the fuck up out. Thank you again for watching.